Good evening, everybody. What's up? Welcome back. It's Saturday night, and you know what that means. It's time for another ROM hack race. It's good to see you, in a manner of speaking, in chat. It's good to see your hype emotes filling the chat right about now. Thank you so much for dropping by. What's up? How are you? Welcome back. We got another race. It's week 232 tonight. We've got a level from gemstonezVA. Really cool one. I had a chance to test this along with Mithrillionaire, Fen, Silent Snake, Sulfur X, and RB Pimlico all contributed to testing this one. Gemstones made it for us tonight, and I think we're gonna have a lot of fun here. If you don't know what you're seeing, what you're in for, if you're fresh off the street, as it were, this is ROM Hack Races, and every Saturday we race another Super Mario World Kaizo level that was made during the week or sometime in secret by a maker behind the scenes, tested, of course, and then the racers are just going to sight read it for you. It's a challenge of wits, improvisation, learning what they've already got in the level and combining that with their skill ahead of time that they picked up in other stuff, and we're all going to race to the finish. And more than that, it's a celebration of all our community, and whether you're first or whatever place, it doesn't matter, it's a fun time. It's a race too. We have ratings. The testers give a difficulty rating for this one every level, every week. In this case, 4 out of 10 in all categories. Length of longest section, brain, tough trick to figure out, complexity, execution, 4 out of 10. So it's a 4 out of 10 level with 2 total sections, and the racers do know that ahead of time. We have, thanks to our amazingly optimized, wonderfully working scout tool here that Kelgan's got for us, I'm seeing that there are 26 folks signed up tonight. So I really like to see that turnout for a big race. 4 out of 10. It is anybody's game, and we're gonna try to keep 4 racers on the screen. Right now we're starting here with Stu Cat, You Fail Me, Jank Pickle, and Revelug to get started. But we've got scouts behind the scenes who are volunteering to kind of work overtime for us and let us know if someone is taking the lead or whatever, someone we should be watching. We're going to try to get everybody's clears on the restream, and big thanks to the scouts tonight for helping us with that. Kelgan, Starlord, and our own Dr. No hanging out and helping us out with that too. Thank you for that. We got Fen on the restream tonight, making sure everybody gets to see all the action. And yeah, thanks. It's me. I'm GlitchCat. It's me, GlitchCat7, here to bring you the play-by-play and commentary. So if you have any questions or anything about ROM hack races or the level or Mario World Kaizo mechanics, whatever you got, shout it out in chat, and we'll try to get that answered. You can learn a little bit more excuse me, you can learn a little bit more at at ahemhem.com. And after you're done going to that, I don't even know where that website goes. Don't actually go there. You can go to romhackraces.com. That's the real site. And you can download this patch. You can jump on our Discord server and try out any of the other levels that we've raced. Sign up, race, talk shop with us on Discord, hang out, and let's have some fun tonight. I hope you're all ready for a good time. If you've seen these races before, I'm sure you'll know this already. But for those that don't, consistency and one-shots are really going to make it. Whether or not a racer is able to one-shot an obstacle and get past it on their first try, or whether or not they're going to be consistent enough at the obstacles they already learned in order to get a try at the thing they need to do. And with a 4 out of 10 in the metrics tonight, we might see some quick action. So let's give it up in chat. Yeah, thank you. Well, thanks for the welcome back. Big shout-outs to Dr. No and RB Pimlico, I think, who were doing commentary for us last week. They did a great job. I was at a little fancy soiree, but now I'm back, and we're ready to hang out here. We got week 232. It's gemstonezVA. And it's ROM hack races. That is an important reminder. Thank you for reminding me. Before the race, I like to ask every maker and everything if they have anything that they'd like to start us off with and say. And we'd like to remind you tonight, non-binary identities exist, are valid, are real, and you can find out all about it. Let's go. All right, we are ready to roll here. Let's go. It's week 232, ROM hack races. We got Stu Cat, You Fail Me, Jank Pickle, and Revelug to start us off. But we got more waiting in the wings, and it's going to be a fast one, so let's move here. What are we learning? Well, we're going to learn some things. We're going to learn that skull blocks will destroy the key sprite, or perhaps any other sprite that comes in contact with them. Skull blocks, you know, would probably also kill Mario. You also want to watch out for those gates. You'll see it in the lower right of the screen there with the gold net background. Those are also sprite destroyers, and they're going to destroy the key. We need those keys because as the level is encrypted, we got to get through. We got to solve the ones and zeros. And I think I saw a 2 in there. So we got to take the key to the big gold lock with the little lock shape on it. Looks like a lock. You can tell by how it is. And if the players are holding the key when they get to the lock and they press over, they will be able to open it. Obviously, you know, it's a door. And move on to the next section. So some fast progress already. Keep your eyes on Jank Pickle here in the lower left, making it through a couple of screens already. And yeah, Jank Pickle with some big progress here, using that key to drop down. And they're really doing a good job trying to read this section. I did not see a 2. No, I didn't. There's no such thing as 2. Revelug, look out. So we got the first room to open the door, and we got the second room to toss the key up in a spin jump, land on that Magic Koopa magic that's floating freely in the air there, and jump on the Chuck. And the Chuck has a weird kind of a hitbox. It's sort of a slanted shape, almost like a disco shell. So making that landing, Jank Pickle going for it there, making that landing with the Chuck flush against the wall, and then bouncing off. Is kind of a tricky setup right in that moment. Revelug, though, in the lower right. Okay, here, Revelug going for the reads here. And Revelug's in there. All right, now we got maybe checkpoint. Let's go. And Revelug's going to take it. That's the first checkpoint we've seen. But hold up, Germdove in the lower left, also making some moves. 2 on the second section now. It's Germdove versus Revelug. And I think Germdove might have gotten there a little bit earlier. But check this out, Germdove, lower left-hand side. That's where you want to be looking right now, except for B2 getting to that checkpoint as well. Ooh. Okay, this is a really tight race right now. These are some quick sight reads. B2, Germdove, and Revelug. Anybody's race right now. Could it be Halcyon, upper right-hand corner? So there are some huge moves happening here, and there might be even more racers that are getting to the second section right now. Really, really good sight reads. Remember, this is the first time these racers have ever seen this level. So we're standing on the mole here, and we're using that gray platform that's sticking off. You can stand on the edge of the pixel where that gray platform is flush against the wall, and you can stand on it and get a little ride down like that. And then pressing down in that section where Halcyon's at, holding the key and pressing down while you're above there. But they want to be lined up above that blue shell because they want to nudge that shell off the wall and then put it under Mario's feet so that you can get another jump that way. Here goes Germdove. Now they've seen this before. Germdove has been past this section, throwing that key onto the sprite blocker so the key will sit there but Mario will not. Revelug, here we go, trying that same thing. Mario would fall through those golden blocks, but the key will stand on it, and Mario, of course, can stand on the key. B2, though, oh my gosh, upper left-hand corner. B2 staring down Destiny. They've got the disco shell unlocked now. Here we go. B2DE in the upper left-hand corner, and that's going to be... Wow. GG. Whew. Fast. Yo, the sort of come from behind victory, really, really cool. And that is the power of one-shots. I believe, may be mistaken, but I think that was B2's first attempt at that disco shell. There's Germdove taking a dive there, and Louie trying their hat, throwing their hat in the ring, trying to throw their ring in the, I don't know expressions. Revelug here, trying to think up an expression to get past that disco shell. But I think that was a sight read from the disco shell obstacle all the way to the end, and that's the power. That is a really good example of how one-shots can make the difference in a race. A lot of times, I'd say maybe it's more than a 50-50. You know, 40% of the time it might be a sight read. A lot of times it's consistency in levels, but here's Revelug. Yo, demonstrating that consistency. Oh my gosh! And Louis Duce right behind. Wow, we might have to check the tapes on that. Louis Duce and Revelug just like neck and neck on that. We got Germdove. We got Jank Pickle. We got You Fail Me coming in here. Nicely done. I gotta say, there's really something to be said for these these kind of 4 out of 10 levels. Jank Pickle, here we go for the clear. I love these 4 out of 10s. Really, really nice stuff tonight from Gemstones. I'm saying that right. GemStonesVA. Really nice stuff tonight because you really get a sense of, to quote the Iggy Pop album, the raw power that these racers really possess. You get good enough at Kaizo, you can bop a level like this in 5 minutes, and this is not easy stuff, I assure you. We got excuse me, we don't have not Zen Gamer 2019 in the lower right. I'm not sure what to call them there. You fail me in the upper left, going for the disco. Oh, sneaky. Oh my gosh, what a sneaky strat. Nathan trying to sneak their way up for maybe a 4th place, but you fail me. Whew. Oh man, that was great. Yo, a healthy, balanced breakfast of cool points. And there's Germ Dove coming in there. They can share the breakfast, but you fail me recently beat Breakfast Kaizo too, so they get a whole healthy, balanced breakfast worth of cool points for that cheese. Instead of unlocking the disco shell and using it to cross the gap, instead they threw the key onto the 1F0. That makes the key slide, and you're able to stand on the key and kind of sneakily walk forward like that without actually having to use the disco. A little bit tougher to pull that strat off, but, you know, given the options, maybe they decided disco just wasn't for them. We got Isherwood, we got Nathan MG, we got Zaplex, and I don't know, Not. We don't have Not Zen Gamer. Fast stuff tonight, but I say I love these 4 out of 10 levels because you get to see this just super fastness, the quickness. And I also really want to give a big shout out to everyone who's come out and raced tonight, because it's nice to see a lot of names, a lot of new names on the sign-up sheet, and I really think that the 4 out of 10 levels and such do a really good job of bringing people out for that. You know, I can understand that 6 out of 10, 8 out of 10 might seem kind of intimidating, and that's why I really think it's a good thing that we have these, because it's more chill levels, right? Kaizo isn't all about face-melting brutality, you know? It's a way to express ourselves. Gemstones here, showing us how it's done tonight. Imagine fun chill levels, I know. You know, fun chill levels in Kaizo are as real as non-binary identities. It might be a little tricky to spot sometimes, but they're out there, they're for real. I'm trying to work it in. Yeah, like that. Trying to get it, you know, work it in there. We got Stu Cat, we got Nathan Isherwood, Not Zen Gamer. Looking for that key jump. If you didn't know about that one, I'm assuming most people here probably know. But for those that don't, you can jump while you're standing on a key, right? And you can pick up a key while you're standing on a key. But what if you try to do both of those two things at the same time? It's a key jump. I think it's a cool little bit of tech. Some people find it annoying, but all you have to do is press the jump and the grab button at the same moment. You could say it's a frame precise trick, but I think there's a difference between pressing a button on a frame and pressing 2 buttons on any frame as long as they're the same. It's a little easier, IMHO, but you know, we'll leave that up to someone else to decide. You can do it off of mid-airs. You could drop the key in mid-air and stand on it and get a jump like that, or you could set it down on some surface like they're doing here and then just rise with it. You can do the same thing with grab blocks, and that's it. Just grab blocks and keys. Yo, Nathan MG looking for the win in the upper right. Got it. And is that Rogue? Is that Rogue Games there in the lower left? Off stream clear for Rogue. They were too fast. They were just too fast. The scouts are freaking on fire, like not in a bad way, like he's on fire, like from the NBA Jam, you know, when you make the basket. Scouts are doing a great job keeping us all updated here. We got Stu Cat, Endless Ascent, Zaplex, Not Zen Gamer, and you know, we could have you. That's right, you. Any one of you, if you felt like going over to romhackraces.com, sign up for the race. These are open to anybody who ever, you know, wants to try it, and we have them every Saturday night. Hashtag just saying. It was B2DE tonight for the win. You fail me and Louis right behind for basically a tied second and third. Oh my gosh, Roke on the one shot with the disco. That is powerful. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. Yo, let's go. Stu Cat for that key. Oh, what you got, buddy? Key jump. And we're in there. Hey, I wanted to point out something too with this level. Andre DK7 here joining us in the upper left. Wanted to point out how cool I thought it was that Gemstones here is using the keyhole in the first room as a door. I've never seen that. Has anyone done that? I've never seen that before. But it makes so much sense. It's a really neat idea. I don't know, I just think it's kind of fun. I've always enjoyed keyhole exits for levels because you could put one in the middle of the air, and you can just all you have to do is be holding the key and touch that sprite, and you exit the level. So you can have them save it. There's nothing else to do. You just gotta hold the key and fall towards the lava and hope you make it. And having that same property to go in a door, to just go to another area in the level, is a pretty cool little idea. I think it's getting some inspiration. I would love to see more of that, because you can really do stuff with keyhole entries that you can't with up pipes or doors or some traditional means of getting from one screen to another. Looks like Not Zen Gamer isn't about to not win by failing to not place the keyhole in front of the key. So that's not a failure for Not Zen Gamer 2009. GG. Thanks for hanging out. Mr. Hank Scorpio. Oh, we're done here. Oh, excuse me. Endless Ascent. Wait, I didn't even get a chance to say anything. Mr. Hank Scorpio conquering the lower right-hand corner. We only wind up with the Denver Broncos, though. I guess you just don't understand football. Isherwood here in the lower right, Ender of Games in the upper left, Andre and Zaplex battling it out. Yo, everybody on the second section right now. We don't even get to see the first section tonight. Endless Hank. That just really, sounds like something. I don't know, a band, some kind of, maybe like a streamer, like a famous circus performer. They juggled something with their feet, or Endless Hank, Oh man, you ever listen to Endless Hank? Oh, real cool stuff, man. It just sounds something. It sounds like something. Yo, let's say hey to Jump Matt, lower right hand corner. Excuse me, Jump Matt _ I like to be proper about everybody's names. A little bit of a trick at the start of this level, where Jump Mat is, you see the key is situated on that blue line up there. That is actually a semi-solid platform. Mangord in the upper left, dealing with the same thing. You don't want to jump too high. Most people will probably recognize that, but it's not really obvious if you don't know what you're looking at there. So what you want to try to do is just jump only high enough that Mario's head goes above that blue line, but not so high that his feet cross that same line, because if your feet cross the line, you're stuck up there. But if your head goes up, you're able to grab the key, but not wind up stuck in the little prison up there. It's a common kind of thing. You'll see them in Kaizo, the sort of up-toss prison, or the little semi-solid prisons. Usually it's just used as either a troll or a way to kind of make a jump harder, but you can't actually have it to be a situation where you are not allowed to throw the object upward, because it will get stuck in a thing like that you can't retrieve it from. So it's a way of preventing up tosses as well. Who is Dupu? Lower left-hand corner. I still don't know. They keep asking. I didn't know I was supposed to be doing research. Ender of Games, Mangord, and Jump Matsu working hard here. Also, how's your night, chat? Oh, yo, who is Dupu here? About to have a great night? Maybe. Great night. Oh, great night's inbound. Let's go. Good job, Dupu. Well played, well played. I'd like to point out how many clears we've had in 15 minutes. I know this sounds corny and blah, 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 it's corny. Task the turnips here in the lower left. But, you know, corny as it may be, corn me up then. Because these are good players playing against other good players. Don't be fooled for a second into thinking, oh, 15 minutes for this level, that's bad. Someone else beat it in 5 minutes, blah, blah, blah. No way. Like, Kaizo is tough, and sub-hour for this is really good. So you're seeing a lot of talent here tonight. Andre. Oh, we are good. Yo, nicely done. Oh, did Ender get the, yeah, yo, Andre getting the win, and I think Ender getting it with the, I didn't catch it. Did they slide it on the 1F0? Did they get instead of opening the disco shell, they slid the key on the 1F0 and got through that way? Yup. Classy. That's a classy cheese. You know, I remember back a time not so long ago in Kaizo when something like putting a key on a 1F0 and kind of walking with it like that would have been considered really hard. People would have been like, whoa, what's this? Haven't seen this weird thing. I remember that time. We got Jump Mat, we got Mangort, Zaplex, and Turnips. Yo, hey, I like to see this. I like to see this hype in chat. Yo, if you're here to cheer somebody on in particular, your favorite streamer or whatever, you know, I mean, obviously we're here for everybody all the same. But if you got a particular friend you're rooting for, put their emotes up, share their name, go and give them a follow and represent. I really like to see that for fans and friends, people on stream. Let's go, Mangort. Oh yeah. Let's go. Easy win. Easy win. 1730 for Mangort. Well played. People are rocking out tonight. Yo, thank you for these raids too, everybody. Appreciate it so much. You're tuned into ROM Hack Races, the only site-reading ROM Hack Kaizo race that happens weekly on twitch.tv/ROM Hack Races every Saturday. We're working on that tagline. It's a little bit long. It doesn't fit on the t-shirt. Yo, yeah, rep your favorite racers in chat. Go and follow some new friends if somebody impressed you with their skills tonight. And thank you so much for all for hanging out. We do these every Saturday. Drop a follow. Hang out Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, that is. Maybe we do. Maybe we just need bigger t-shirts. Maybe we should bring back like parachute pants or something, you know, because they're big enough to print the whole slogan on. You get a custom pair of printed parachute pants. Oh, let's go Isherwood. All right. In there. Nice little key jump for the win. Oh yeah, get the whole tracksuits like Rocky Balboa. We got first name Buddy here, fighting in the corner. You gotta put your fist up, Rocky. We got Zaplex, we got Turnips, we got Jump Mat, we got me and you. We got non-binary identities. They're real, you know. It's not like cryptids, you know. Not mythological. You could get a picture. You get a picture of one and it wouldn't be blurry. Jump Mat, nothing blurry about that. Clear. Let's go. GG. That's a sub 20. That's very good. Very solid time. That's a 4 out of 4 level. Some, you know, a little while ago, 4 out of 4 would have taken a lot of people, I think, a little bit longer. The skill ceiling, skill average in Kaizo is really going up. We got Max, Takeover, let's go. Turnips, Zaplex, first name Buddy, hanging out. I think Bigfoot is blurry. That's the problem. It's not the photographer's fault. Bigfoot is blurry. And that's extra scary to me. Because that means there's a large, out-of-focus monster roaming the countryside. Run, he's fuzzy, get out of here. Thank you so much for the raid tonight, Isherwood. Yo, good time, good clear tonight. Everybody's literally doing great. I'm really impressed to see it. Thanks for racing with us. Welcome everybody. If you're just joining us, yeah, this is I'm sure you already heard ROM Hack Races. This is the whole restream of it. We're hanging out here watching First Name Buddy, Zaplex, Turnips, Max Takeover hang out, work on the second section of this level. We do these every week, so feel free to stop by anytime when it's Saturday at 8, of course. But anytime, you know, there's just that one little stipulation. And heck, we even have a website. You can go and learn more. It's romhackraces.com. Play this patch if you want. Download the level patch, or any of the other levels that we've raced. All 232 of them. Uh-oh, Zaplex. Look at here, upper right. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh, no, it's good, Oh, Zaplex, what the... Oh, wow, the extra swag. Wow. Very cool. Yo, Zaplex. So they did the cheese by throwing the key on the 1F0 to ride it. And then they thought they needed to bring the key. So they went back and got the key, only to find out they didn't need the key. So I give them one extra key of cool point. I don't know how much that is really. I award cool points randomly based on cool things people do to recognize the achievements of someone, you know, people, no matter what place they got in the race. I'll give a cool point for that. It was pretty all right. Yeah, gotta destroy all keys. We got Encryption. I hope I'm saying that right. I think I am. Encryption here in the upper right. We got First Name Buddy, Turnips, and Max Takeover. Encryption here working on the first section, so we get to see that again. And again, you know, if anybody has any questions or just wants to learn a little bit more about Kaizo, please feel free to just shout it out. I'm trying to give commentary on these obstacles and kind of explain what's going on, but this level's pretty smooth, pretty self-explanatory, not a whole lot of like gimmickry going on. But if you want to learn, you got a question or something, always cool to shout it out. Just an open invite. First Name Buddy here trying to get in. Well, they were trying to get in, and then they died. And they'll have to go around again. Also, like, how are you all doing, chat? What's on your collective mind? How you feeling? How's your Saturday? How's your weekend? I hope it's treating you well. You deserve it. You know, all that good stuff. Yes. So, yeah, I love the retry prompt as well. No, the wiggly retry is not standard on the ROM Hack Race base ROM, but I really appreciate that Gemstones put it in for this. I like it. Yeah, I think it's just nice. It's nice fun. Oh, is it just a setting in the retry prompt, like patch itself? I didn't even know that. To make it all wiggly. Well, that's cool. Maybe this could be a new kind of meta. I for one would like to see more wiggly retry. I feel like the point of having the word retry is just to like let you know what's going on. And here, yo, Turnips ready to get it going on in the lower left. That's a good clear. GG. Good job, Turnips. It is yo, Sir Wetbeard coming in here to take their place. Lower left-hand corner, it's First Name Buddy, Encryption, Sir Wetbeard, Max Takeover. Fighting hard here. First section is the green. It says this is great because it's easy to tell. First section is the green area, and the second section is the blue. So the racers on the blue section are in the lead right now. But that could change. You don't know. You don't know. Hey, yo, I want to say I don't want to break character too much, I suppose, but y'all, some folks had some really kind comments. Thanks. I'm really glad to be able to bring you the play-by-play for this. I really enjoy doing it, and I'm glad that people get something good out of it. It's something that matters a lot to me. To do it, you know, do the commentary and to work for ROM Hack Races and to celebrate what people are doing and making and playing. We have a great community, and I'm really happy to, you know, be able to be GC7 bringing you the play-by-play and the Kaizo news every week. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate that. Yo, Turnips, thank you for the raid. Good race tonight. You did it. Everybody's kicking butt. This is a whole just non-stop parade of butt kicking. Not the kind of parade you'd really wanna go to. Like, you know what I mean? I can understand. Like, hey, they're having the butt kicking parade in town. You want to be there? Like, I think I'll stay home that day. I'm not really down. I need to come up with a better analogy. Something that sounds more appealing. Yo, so yeah, Eekfino, I want to point this little section out a little bit, because this part might have flown by for some people. In the first section here, there are kind of two different approaches that you could use, and I think either will work. So, yeah, I'm looking at here at Eekfino and Sir Wetbeard. They have two different ideas about how to get this part done. Eekfino on the upper right, throw is, oh, yo, buddy, got it. Hold up, buddy in the upper left, getting that clear. Sorry, snuck up on there on me. I didn't even see it. GG. We got Sony Slave coming in the upper left. But so we're throwing the key in, right? And then there's kind of two options. First, they chuck the key into the little hole over there on the right, bounce the shell, and then they want to jump up, grab the key, and go through the lock, right? But there's two options physically that you have there. On the one hand, you can do one jump, grabbing the key as you rise, and then going right over the lip of the edge and opening the door, and you're good, you're out. The problem with that particular strategy is that quite often you're not going to be able to jump high enough. If you're a little slow, the gray platform is going to fall, and that's going to mean you start your jump from a lower point and you're not going to get the height. So what we're seeing sometimes is that some players, when they try to go for that grab, they just don't make the height and they die. The other option here is really clever, actually, and I think it's a neat little strat, and it's cool when people pick up on it. You can make this a little easier on yourself by not having to jump as high in the first place. So Sir Wetbeard, Sony Slave are tossing the key in there, and then when they get to the key, instead of grabbing it on the way up, they're not holding Y, or presumably Y, or maybe X, but they're not holding grab on the way up on purpose. They jump through the key and wind up standing on top of it, from which point they can do another key jump and get through the lock that way. It's a smart little presence of mind check, but it can be really difficult if you don't think to do that and then you do make the one jump strat sometimes, because you might not question it. And that's the kind of thing that could happen to absolutely anybody, is that what you're doing works, and so you're not going to think, maybe I'm wrong about this. It worked that one time, so of course that's what I do. Well, yeah, I hope this is good motivation to go and practice some key jumps this week. It's a good little skill to have. You can cheese things, you know, you can get key jumps to the point where it's not something to worry about anymore. You just, I have to do a key jump now? No problem. And then you get it. Are key jumps the ollies of Mario? Nah, I think a regrab is probably the ollie of Mario. A key jump is more like the heel flip, you know. Yeah, key jumps are kind of like the heel flip. Or like the backside kick flip. It's like shell jumps are the kick flip, Do you want the skateboard trick analog for everything? Go ahead, ask me what the skateboard trick analog is for every Mario Maker Kaizo thing. We could just go through the whole list. But we got Igfanil here, finally made it to the second section. Want to say GG for that. Max Takeover here on the second section as well. Sony Slave and Sir Wetbeard here on the left side working on the first. So it's the left side of the screen versus the right side right now. A 900. Let's see. A 900 is like Fruit Dealer, or one of those World Peace bosses that was like, no one will ever beat this, and then someone did, and now there's like a method, and you can, like, more people have done it and you can learn. Sticky Fly is like a primo slide. No one used to do it and now everyone does it. A midair is like one of those really tricky, like a 540 backside stale fish or something. Not like one of those impossible tricks, but one of those like extra spin tricks that just, it's really annoying to do, but it's like, you can do it. It's just, you gotta get the technique. It's like a 540 stale fish. Up throw shell bonk is like a nose manual. Maybe nose manual kickflip out, or flip trick out if you're getting real about it. See, these are all great. See, go ahead, quiz me some more. Go ahead, I know the answers. I studied for this test. Ooh, yo, Sir Wetbeard. Getting the key stuck up there on that red spike on the left side. Just kind of sitting, thinking about it. Wall jumps are like a foam pit, or like some kind of like wall jumps are like, yeah, like a foam pit. I know that's not really a trick, but that's my answer. Shell juggle into double what? Two-frame jump and impossible. Or like a front foot impossible. Is riding a saw like grinding a rail? Yeah, it kind of is, honestly. I don't know. I'm really all about the crossover between like extreme sports like skateboarding, BMX, motocross, or whatever. I'm all about that crossover between extreme sports and Kaizo. Because, I mean, when I was a kid, I was a little skate park rat, so that's just kind of the world that I came from, you know? Played a lot of Tony Hawk and hung out on the vert ramp all day at the park. But there is a kind of, you know, Kaizo is the extreme X Games Mario, you know what I mean? So, what about a Yoshi ditch? Oh, that one's easy, a boneless, or like a no comply. That's a Yoshi ditch. If someone makes a Tony Hawk ROM hack race level and it doesn't include Superman by Goldfinger, I don't know if it could pass testing. But, you know, there really is like a lot of crossover, you know? Like, you know, in skateboarding, you're doing, okay, you do the ollie, then you do the kickflip, then you do the double kickflip, then the kickflip 360, and you're adding tricks to create complexity. You know, you're doing a sort of arithmetic with them, where you can the kickflip 360 kickflip, inverted 360 kickflip revert, you know, so on and so on. And in Kaizo, you're also sort of doing the same thing. You're doing a regrab. You're doing a regrab into a shell jump, a regrab into a double shell jump, regrab into a spinning double shell jump, regrab into a motor skills shell jump, you know, and on and on and on like this. And you can have, you know, as many or as few combos as you want before you, like, land on safe ground, right? Just like skateboarders. Like, You could do like a big line of tricks. You grind into a manual. You've all played Tony Hawk. You grind, you do the manual, now you're riding the manual, and then you jump down the stairs, and then you do this, and you do that, and then finally you like land on the ground. Mario combos have that same sort of thing. You're like an acrobat. I've always said that like, Nintendo calls grassland Mario levels, they call them athletic levels. You might have heard that. The athletic theme in Mario. And I think that's a really good description. I mean, obviously Nintendo's description, but it describes what you're doing in the level. You're athletic, you're running, you're jumping, you're being a track and field star. If those kinds of levels are athletic levels, then I think Kaizo takes it a step further. Kaizo has acrobatic levels, right? That's what a lot of these combo kind of levels are. This one is, and no, just to describe, like, this one is a little bit, I'd say half between, right? You know what I mean? It's half between acrobatic and athletic. But I think that distinction is cool and interesting, IMO. Well, you know, gemstones, just like non-binary identities, even if you haven't played or seen Tony Hawk, it's still a real game. It's still out there, still exists, and there's still time to learn about it. Hey. We're hanging out here. We got Equinil, Max Takeover, Sir Wetbeard, Sony Slave. This is our final four for tonight. So I'm glad they're hanging out a bit, giving us a little bit of a race, throwing for content. Yeah, hey, let's get some hype. Post some emotes for gemstones. They worked really hard on this nice little level for us. It's a fun little race, and really was just a really nice, smooth, fun week of work for the testers. I think we all just had a really chill time with this one. So thanks. Yeah, put your favorite gemstones, maybe a Chaos Emerald or two. Y'all are really kind and cool for supporting ROM hack races and what we do here. I really appreciate it. Volunteers are working overtime to bring you these races. Well, okay, I'm exaggerating that a little bit. They're working a regular amount of time and also taking naps. We're taking a lot of naps to bring you these races, and it's a really, really fun thing to do. We got, let's shout out everybody again. We got Mythrillionaire, Fen, Silent Snake, thank you for testing. Sulfur X, thanks for testing. RB Pimlico, also testing tonight. And me also, I tested. I'm Glitch Cat. That's me. I also tested the level. So thanks so much, and of course to Kelgan, Starlord, and Dr. No on the scouting, Fen on the restream. Happy Saturday. I love that little rolling Neko emote. Wow, Mythrillionaire. That's a really good one. Wow, look at it roll. Look at its being. Look how it is. I'm sorry. I'm trying to watch the race, but now I've just got this emote popped out, and I'm just looking at it. Look at it roll. Look at him go. It's just rolling. You never know where they're gonna end up. Hey, thank you. Man, gosh, excuse me. Thank you. First name, buddy. Really appreciate that. If we didn't have racers, people coming out and actually putting in the race, then we wouldn't have any race either. At the risk of John maddening things, if you got good ROM hack race players, then you got a good ROM hack race. Look at that little Neko roll. It's hypnotic. Look at him go. Circle, 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 circle. Love that cat. All right, looks like we are down to 3. No worries if someone's internet or, someone wants to take a break. That is all good. No troubles. We got Max Takeover. We got Efenil. We got Sir Wetbeard. Sir Wetbeard working on section 1. Max and Efenil working on section 2. But we're only 40 minutes in. And so we scheduled 2 hours for these races. We might not even need that this week. Who knows? Do you like that cat that rolls? That's like my cat. Like he'll come in the room and he'll be like standing up like vertically, you know, on all fours. And if he doesn't want me to pick him up or whatever, he'll just like flop over on the floor. And so he'll just like it's like a dog if they play dead, you know? He'll just like walk into the room and look at me and just poof, fall over on the floor. It's really adorable. Yeah, it's the menacing flop. It's the way you just like... When he does that, I'm not supposed to be able to remove him from the room. Because he knows sometimes if he's not allowed or whatever, you know, like, hey buddy, I gotta do something. He knows that I'm just gonna pick him up and sort of take him out of the room and sort of eject him gently from the room. And so his interpretation is that if he gets in there and he lays on the floor, then no one can move him. And so as such, he's always really surprised when, if I really need him to leave the room for whatever reason, please, you know, not that I would want that, but if I do, then I'll just like be like a forklift and I'll just like put my hands like underneath him and just like scoop him up off the floor. And it is the most surprising thing to him. It's as though reality just broke. Like, there's no way you could possibly have done this. It's like on an anime, you know, when like the character is just, like, the villain is just like too powerful, like, and then the hero comes back with like a Goku punch. There's no way his power level is impossible. That's like how Mallow reacts. Like, there's no way I flopped on the floor. There's no way he could ever pick me up. Ah, like that anime reaction. I don't do that all the time though, because I want him to think he's won a little bit so that the trick still works. Because if he understands that I can just pick him up like that and do whatever, then he's just going to develop a counter meta and then I'm back to square one. So what I need to do is prevent him from developing a counter meta for that strat. How are your pets? What are they up to? If you have some pets, dogs, birds, fish, cats, whatever. How are they? They doing anything fun? It's being spoiled as always. Aw, good. Oh, yo, look out, Max Takeover. Watch out. One key jump away from feeling happy as well. Here we go, and oh, look out, buddy. Oh no! What? Oh my gosh, that was amazing! Absolutely amazing. Good job, Max Takeover. I've never seen that happen so many times in a row. No, it was fine. They just, every time they jumped, they just missed touching it a little bit. Yeah, that's just funny. Yeah, I thought that. Good job. Max Takeover with the win. Sub-hour. GG. We got Sir Wetbeard hanging out here on the first section and Efenil hanging out on the second. Cosmo's doing good, getting some pets. Dogs are going swell, good. Are dogs only toys she's obsessed with? Aww. I like that. We were playing a board game. Sky and I were playing a board game last night, and it has a bunch of little ceramic. They're little tiles, like little square tiles that you place on the board. And Mallow decided he was gonna just attack them, and he was really bummed out when we cleaned them all up and we put them in the bag. And he like walked over and like stuck his little head in the bag to like look and check to make sure they were in there. I think that's actually a sneaky way to accumulate skill. Sometimes, if you know your attempt is dead at the level whatever it is that you're doing, play around for a minute. Kill the chuck, do a useless jump, try to get as far as you can, try to survive in an impossible situation, just, for a minute, see if you can do it. I think that's actually kind of a sneaky way to help yourself get better. Instead of just endlessly grinding the obstacle over and over again. It's like, you got to think of it in terms of like the long game. You're playing a lot of different Kaizos over the course of some amount of time, right? And if you play around with your deaths and your impossible situations, then you get a little bit more game time and a little more practice time. Yeah, totally. Yeah, play around. Just do mess arounds. Always mess around. Always mess around. Kaizo was born out of players just messing around. The proto soup, evolutionarily speaking, that Kaizo crawled out of was people just messing around. That's true. You might find a cool interaction. You never know what you'll find. I think maybe Sir Wetbeard here has become a little bit confused. I think they're misinterpreting the obstacle. That can be rough. That's the kind of thing that could happen to anybody. I do it on a weekly basis. I did. You got the disco cheese. We've seen a little bit of that. I appreciate it. You get some cool points for that. And yeah, GG. Hey, thanks for racing. I appreciate it. Y'all are fun. I'm not even really hosting. It's actually Fen running the restream. I'm just sitting here looking at the TV and talking about what I see. I've got a delicious soda pop carbonated water drink that I made. And I'm just hanging out. Might have a piece of cake later. It's my day off. I'm not doing nothing. Racers are doing all the work. Big shout outs to Fen for doing like everything. If there's a thing that we do at ROM Hack Races, it's probably Fen has helped out with that in some way, shape, or form. Fen, Doc, Kelgand, D4, Amper. These are the friends making things go. $232 weeks and counting, because we're gonna have another race next week. So, if you're new, if you want to come back and see us again, we do these every Saturday night at 8:00 p.m. Eastern Time. So, drop a follow, and we'll have another race next week. Heck, probably even the week after that. Can't stop us. Yo, thanks for the raid, Halcyon. Hope you're feeling well tonight, GG. I'm glad you had fun, thanks. Reminder, everybody can go over to romhackraces.com if they want to try the patch for themselves. You don't necessarily have to race. You can just play at any time, just for fun. Yeah, I think I understand what Whipper is trying as well. And I think this is from just sort of a misinterpretation of what they're able to do in this section. I think that they have not, and I don't mean this as shade, I don't like to hold up someone as a bad example. I want to be clear that, like, this kind of thing can happen to literally any, can and does and will inevitably happen to anyone at any level of skill who plays Kaizo. You will eventually fundamentally misinterpret what your physical possibilities are. And in this case, I'm not entirely sure if Sir Wetbeard realizes that what they can do is hug the right-hand wall of the chamber that chuck is in. Don't touch the spike, but hug the right wall. And if they do that, they're gonna bounce off the chuck while it's standing there. I think what they're trying to do is activate the chuck, stand on the spike to the upper right with the key, and then wait for the chuck to jump into the middle there so that they can get a bounce. And I think they might be because they just haven't realized that you can bounce on a chuck in that situation. And this is also the sort of thing that, like, it's hard to judge skill level on a player based on what they don't know, because this is the kind of thing that all they have to do is realize what they want here. All they have to do is understand, like, just know or understand, oh, that's what I do, and I guarantee they get it in a couple of shots. They're super consistent at the obstacles. Yeah, right, it happens to all of us. It happens to all of us all the time, and it can be really tough to question your assumptions. It can be just tough. It's tough to find out, tough to realize that you're making a bad assumption about how something is going to work, or that you made a bad assumption because you didn't know that something was possible. And I think that's what's happening right here, is that Sir Wetbeard just hasn't realized or doesn't know that it's possible to hit the chuck in any other way than what they've considered. And so, of course, that's what you do. That has to be what you do. So, it can be tricky. Yeah, that I'm not sure. Yeah, if they got it once before the restream started, we didn't see it. You know, one thing I try to do in situations like that is, if I'm trying something, here's an obstacle, and I try to do it, and I think, okay, this is what you do. This is what I'm trying, and I do that, and I try, and it doesn't work, and it just keeps not working. Sometimes I think to myself, like, okay, let's pretend that I got this right. I'm not getting it right. I'm trying to jump on the chuck or hit the shell or whatever it is. I'm trying to jump on the chuck and I never jump on the chuck. But let's assume that what I'm imagining would actually go correctly. what would happen then? And sometimes if I run those kind of little simulations in my head, I realize that even if the chuck was in that spot, it would be ridiculous to try to jump somewhere from that spot. Or even if I managed to bring the item that I'm trying to bring with me, what would I do with it? There's nothing for me to do. So what if I have a key on the other side, you know? And that can point you in the direction of the solution, and has for me. Sometimes it's not necessarily figuring out what to do, but systematically figuring out each and everything that you don't do. And then the answer is just process of elimination. It can't be this, 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 or this, so it must be this. And also, doing that process of elimination kind of trip is something that can help you deduce bits of tech that you don't know what they are already. Like, if you don't know, I actually, you know what? I'll give you a perfect example. They're, what's it called? VL Scoot, Kaizo Marathon, I think it's called. It's like a little marathon hack with like 4 sections, and you kind of do them all in a checkpoint. That level has a trick in it that I didn't even know you could do it. When you have a bonsai bill and you kill it and you fall down, you can bop the bonsai bill again. We know, we've seen that before, right? That double bop bonsai bill. Oh yeah, Kaizo Marathon was New Pointless. It's the other one then. No, not New Pointless's one. The one by VL Scoot. New Pointless did have one, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. I just got their names confused. Dream Collider, thank you. That's the one. Yeah, I'm thinking of Dream Collider. So in Dream Collider, which sorry, I'm gonna spoil something, I guess, but in Dream Collider, there's a setup where you do the bonsai bill double bop, but you do it not with a bonsai bill, but with a caped Koopa. Before I played that obstacle, I had no idea that you could do that at all. Didn't even know I had no idea. And so for a long time, I kept trying things that would never work. Until I finally figured out, well, it can't be this, and it can't be this, and it absolutely can't be this, and I tried this, and it can't be that. So by process of elimination, the only thing that it possibly could be would be something that I didn't think would be possible. Does that make sense? Like, well, in theory, if I do the double bop here, then I'll get it, and then try it and find that it works out. Yo, Sir Wetbeard, thank you. Good effort. You can do this, actually. Would you like to know? Would you like to know what's up? Good effort. And there's absolutely no shame in trying again, or just not having a bit of information sometimes. I've been sitting here for 5 minutes or so talking about how that happens to all of us. So, yeah, absolute respect. We're here to support, here to congratulate. That is no big deal. All good. No worries. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's. I literally just sitting here talking about examples from my own gameplay. How sometimes there's just something you didn't know. I just didn't think to do that, and if I would have thought to do that, oh, it would have been so easy. Oh, geez, you know, that's that happens to absolutely everyone. So. GG's, thanks for the G's, everybody. Thanks for being chill. Y'all are really kind. We're hanging out here with Eekfenil. They are going for the clear here on the second section. We're gonna chill for a little bit, and we're gonna see what they get. Are y'all doing okay? This is my last opportunity tonight to check in, make sure chat's feeling good. You need anything? You have any questions? Want to learn more about ROM Hack Races? You can go on over to romhackraces.com. You know. If you're in the mood for a delicious treat, there's nothing encrypted about the gray yellowy flavor of Da Vinci's fancy yellow mustard. That's right, friends. Da Vinci's Fancy Yellow Mustard is open source, and the password is password. So unlock a bottle of Da Vinci's Fancy Yellow Mustard this afternoon, evening, or possibly midsummer evening. That's Da Vinci's Fancy Yellow Mustard. Nothing's real and everything's mustard. Thanks. I'm glad that joke has had such staying power. Just thought it sounded like a good type of mustard. Wanted everyone to know about the delicious yellow flavor. Is it relieving as a runner when you discover it's a mechanic you didn't know rather than your technical skill? Yes. Yes, I would say so. But there's but also, honestly, yeah, I would say yes, it is relieving, but also we can't shy away from just using learning opportunities. I think for me, it's like, I just want to know what it is. I think my biggest roadblock, the thing that gives me the most salt, and I think the biggest barrier for me in Kaizo is just simply not knowing what it is. I get to some obstacle and I'm just like, look, I have a shell and I have a chuck and a zippy pipe and I'm supposed to like do something impossible with it. I don't get it. And I say that a bit. It's relieving to find out that it was just something simple, rather like if it's as I feared, then I have to do 6 freaking frame perfect inputs and all this junk. But perhaps I'm wrong, and I that's always a relief, and I'm always like holding out hope for that. Every time I find something bad, that's like rough to do or I'm dying a lot on, I'm just thinking maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about what this is. Maybe I'm wrong about how it works. Maybe I'm wrong about some bit of tech. And, maybe I'm right and it is the really hard thing. But yeah, it can be relieving. But, there's no reason, if it does turn out it's because of technical skill, there's no reason to feel bad about that, personally. I know the temptation. I understand it. But there really is no reason. If it's technical skill, then the answer. Then okay, cool. Now I know that all I need to do is get really good at this thing. Good enough to get past whatever situation it is. It's the not knowing. More than what the answer is, more than how you do the obstacle, it's not knowing what the path is. I would rather know and have it be something difficult that I just have to knuckle down and do, rather than not know. Because if I don't know, I might be stuck there forever. If I do know, at least I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, even if it's a 1,000,000-mile walk to get there. That's a big one though. Yeah, question, and I'm asking myself that a lot. What assumption am I making that I can question? What I am assuming that I'm supposed to bring the key. I'm assuming that I bounce on this Koopa first. I'm assuming that I don't want the power up. I'm assuming that it would be impossible to land on something that's falling in this spot. Whatever it is, right? There's a million little assumptions that we're making as we figure this out. Most of the time, maybe more than half the time, you kind of know what to do. Like this first screen, you know what to do. You jump up and grab the key. There's what assumption am I making that I can question? None. Sometimes the answer is none, but it's not none. More than you'd think. And I know that that's the sentence just riddled with triple entendre negatives. But the amount of assumptions that you're making that you can question in any given obstacle is very often non-zero. Exactly. Yeah, I'd rather have it be clearly something. That's the biggest, at least I'm talking for me. Others can chime in, talk about our own experiences in Kaizo. But for me, it's not knowing. I would rather just know what it is that I need to do. It's like sheet music, It's the difference between if I'm tasked with figuring out, I can't play piano. I'm a terrible piano player. I can do like a couple of chords. If I'm tasked with figuring out Mozart, some piece by Mozart, by ear, that's way harder than being tasked with figuring out, and I can see the sheet music and also go take music lessons if I want to. At the very least, I could learn that. It might take me a long time to learn the music lessons and stuff, but there it is right there. What do I have to do? That, right there. But if I'm tasked with figuring it out by ear, who knows? There's so many more unknowns and variables involved with that. And figuring it out can be cool, and it can give you a sense of pride in Kaizo levels. This is just me. I'm not a very clever player, and I don't particularly value figuring setups out that much. I like doing it. I like executing. So it's kind of also about just knowing what you want out of the experience. I know that I want some fast buttons and some tricky tricks and some flashy stuff, and I don't necessarily want to die on the same thing over and over again until I realize the puzzle of this thing goes here, put that thing here, then run over here, do that, then grab the switch, and then hit the switch. That gets rough. So that's just me. That whole talk to the duck, I like that too, Fen. Yeah, streaming can help with that too. I try that as well. It's like I try to just say everything explicitly. I am at the bottom of the platform. I want to go to the top of the platform. At least I think I do. Maybe I don't, but it looks like that. Like to break it down, just like a mathematical proof, or like you're talking to a duck or a 2-year-old. You know what I mean? Just like, I want to jump here. When I throw the shell doesn't bounce the right way. Why does the shell not bounce? Could I throw the shell? And then you're getting yourself into all the little assumptions that you're making. I throw the shell and it doesn't bounce. That implies the question, could it bounce differently? Could I throw differently? Get yourself asking questions. Yeah, question. Grill Mario. Put him in the chair and be like, what if you did this? So I hope that can give you a little bit of a help on your Kaizo journey. If y'all want to learn a little bit more about Kaizo, or you have questions, want to talk shop about playing, Mario hacks, all this and more over on the ROM Hack Races Discord. The link for the Discord's on our website. You can go over there. I'd love to have you just, for your FYI, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about all this. We do these races every Saturday, so drop a follow, come back and hang out with us anytime. If you have any questions or anything, now's a good time to ask. We're hanging out here with Eekfanil while they're working on the clear here, but maybe going over on a raid fairly shortly, because we're hanging out here watching on our channel, but why don't we go hang out on Eekfanil's channel and hang out with them instead? So, drop a follow for the racers, go and see some more Kaizo streams, follow the Mario World category on Twitch. You can find some great friends. And if you want, come back and see us again on Saturday for another race. But for now, I think we're going to say our good nights. And we're going to go over on Eekfanil as well. Good night over here, but maybe I'll see y'all around on some Kaizo channels tonight. Y'all are kind of cool and wonderful. I appreciate that you all hang out, and I hope that you get something really good out of this. Thanks once again to we got? Mithrillionaire, Fen, Silent Snake, Sulfur X, RB Pimlico, Kelgan, Star-Lord, Dr. No, D to the 4th, and Fen. Twice for Fen. They're just that cool. And me, GlitchCat7. ROM Hack Races was brought to you by these friends today. Thanks for being a part of it. Okay, little update from behind the scenes. They have the channel here. Eekfanil has disabled raids, and that's okay. There's a lot of reasons why streamers might want to disable raids. So low-key, you should go on over, just type it in yourself, go on over twitch.tv ICFANIL. Go and check them out and say a little hey, drop a follow for them. But there are many reasons why a streamer might want to disable raids, so they've got those turned off for the time being. I think we're gonna go. I'm gonna let Fen pick the target for us, and we'll go see somebody new. There's no shortage of cool Kaizo streamers, and we're gonna go send the love over to Mangord tonight. Thank you all so much for hanging out. You matter. Your thoughts matter. Your heart matters. Your feelings matter. You matter to other people in your lives. You matter to me as human beings. You matter to the internet's #1 Longboy Furret, and the people that matter to you in your lives would love to hear from you about that. We know Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA+ lives matter, Indigenous lives matter, disabled lives matter, non-binary entities are real. And I hope to see y'all again next week. Yeah, what's that time? Next week. Next Saturday for another race. We've got another level and another maker coming up. Thank you all for being a part of it. Really, really appreciate it. Some of the best times in the week, and I hope you feel that too. Thanks for hanging out. Keep playing. Peace.